The hidden room. Aiden had always been fascinated by the mysteries lurking in the darkest corners of the internet. While most people feared the deep web, he saw it as an uncharted territory, a place where the forbidden was just a click away. He had spent countless hours scrolling through hidden forums and encrypted sites, but it wasn't until one night that his curiosity led him to something he wasn't prepared for. It started with a seemingly innocent post on an obscure forum buried deep in a thread about online cryptography. The link was cryptic, "Welcome to the hidden room." The title alone sent a shiver down Aiden's spine. He paused for a moment, his fingers hovering over the keyboard. The thread was old, the post dated from months ago. It had no replies and the link seemed almost forgot. Yet something about it intrigued him. Aiden had seen his fair share of strange websites and dark web mysteries, but this one felt different, more ominous. Against his better judgment, he clicked. The page that opened was unlike anything Aiden had encountered before. It was a blank black screen with only a single cursor blinking, waiting for something. No ads, no distractions, just the cursor. Aiden typed in a random string of characters just to see what would happen. Almost instantly, the screen flickered and changed. The words appeared on the screen, written in a stark, simple font, "The hidden room." Underneath, there was a message, "Enter if you dare." Aiden felt a lump form in his throat. He had been on deep websites before, places that hosted everything from illicit goods to disturbing content, but this was different. There was something unsettlingly personal about this page, as if it were watching him. He hesitated for a moment, but then, driven by curiosity, he typed another random sequence into the prompt. This time, when he hit enter, the screen didn't just change, it seemed to live. The page morphed, flickering to life in a way that felt more like a portal than a web page. Suddenly, Aiden was staring at a live stream. The video was grainy, distorted, as if the camera was from an old security system. In the center of the screen was a shadowy figure, barely visible but undeniably present. The figure was sitting in a dimly lit room, its face obscured by darkness. There was no sound at first, but then a distorted voice came through the speakers, low and mechanical. "You should never have clicked that link," the voice said. Aiden's heart skipped a beat. His eyes were glued to the screen as the figure seemed to move ever so slightly, its hand coming into view. In its hand was a cracked, yellowing photograph. The image was too blurry to make out, but it felt unnervingly familiar, like something from his own past. He leaned in closer, trying to focus, but the screen flickered and the figure's hand suddenly disappeared back into the darkness. The voice spoke again, this time with a more chilling tone, "Now you're part of the game." Aiden's pulse quickened. He tried to close the tab to escape the strange, haunting stream, but his computer was unresponsive. He clicked the X in the corner of the browser, but nothing happened. The page wouldn't close, the tab wouldn't disappear. His screen froze and panic began to set in. Was this some kind of prank? He tried to force quit the browser, but again, nothing worked. The screen stared back at him, black and empty except for the blinking cursor that had reappeared at the bottom. And then the figure on the screen began to move again, slowly standing up from its seat. The figure's body was blurred, its movements almost mechanical, like something was controlling it from afar. As it walked toward the camera, the screen went black. Aiden froze, unable to look away. The seconds ticked by, but nothing happened. He sat there, staring at the empty screen, waiting for the next move, his breath caught in his throat. Suddenly, his phone buzzed, a message notification. It was from an unknown number. "You've entered. The game begins now." The message included a link that looked eerily similar to the one Aiden had clicked before. His hand shook as he hovered over the link, the cursor blinking insistently on the screen. He knew better than to click it. The voice, the figure, the image, it was all too real, too deliberate. But his curiosity was overpowering, as it always had been. He clicked. The link led to another page, this one even more cryptic. It was a black background with a single prompt. "The game will begin when you are ready." Below the prompt, there was an image, a photo of the same figure, now standing in front of a door, its face still hidden in darkness. Aiden could feel his heart pounding as the voice returned, this time whispering directly into his ear as though it was coming from inside his room. "Are you ready for the next step?" His mind raced. Was this some sort of twisted game, a hacking group toying with him, or had he unknowingly stumbled upon something far darker? As the seconds passed, the voice grew louder, more insistent. Aiden's fingers hovered over the keyboard, trembling. He didn't know what would happen if he entered the prompt, but he had no idea what would happen if he didn't. Every fiber of his being told him to stop, to close his laptop and walk away, but his eyes were glued to the screen. Without warning, the figure in the photo shifted again. This time, it moved closer to the door, and Aiden saw the reflection in the dark glass. There was something there, something moving in the reflection that should not have been. The reflection wasn't just the figure. There was a face, an old, grinning face that looked eerily like someone Aiden knew, someone from his past, someone who had disappeared long ago. He wanted to scream, but no sound came from his lips. The door in the image slowly began to creak open. Aiden's eyes darted to the message on his screen, "Enter the code to proceed, but be warned, the consequences are irreversible." At that moment, Aiden realized he had crossed a line. The game was no longer just a digital experience. It was a dark, immersive reality that he might never escape. Think you've uncovered all the dark web mysteries? Think again. Subscribe to Black Cache for more chilling stories and hidden secrets that the internet doesn't want you to find.